Welcome to the 21st, a Ree Vee Travelers podcast. My name is Dee.
And my name is Lee, and today we'll be...
Hello and welcome to the Ree Vee Travelers podcast. My name is Dee, otherwise known as Traveller0326. And with me, as always, my co-host...
Lee, also known as Traveller7526.
She's a spring chicken, isn't she? Welcome to the podcast. This is the first one. We are going to be reviewing every episode of the Travelers TV show, starting obviously with this one, episode 1, called Travelers, otherwise known as Pilot on Netflix. We're actually going to be watching it on Netflix. So just before we get started, if you haven't seen the show, I don't know why you're listening to us. There's a very slim chance, but for that one person out there perhaps, go ahead and watch the show and we're going to take you through it afterwards and just revisit everything. So we're kind of half doing this for ourselves. We love this TV show and we thought that in addition to rewatching everything so that we're really just all caught up, why don't we, we thought we'd just share it with everybody, maybe other people who are really interested in Travelers as well. Just want to get really psyched up and pumped for season 3 when it airs in December. It is October 2018. This episode 1, was originally October 17, 2016.
Ooh.
So we're traveling back to the past, 7526. We are going back. We're going back.
Back 2 years.
Marty, we're going back to the future. Oh, I don't know, Doc. That's the worst Back to the Future impression.
That was really bad.
We should go back and watch that.
Yeah.
Wait, am I off mission?
You're off mission, Traveller 0326.
Oh, sorry about that. That's going to be a thing. Look, we're going to probably be a little bit messy this time around. We like to hear about what you have to say. So all the fellow travelers out there who really enjoy this show, we'd love to hear your thoughts. We're just trying to have fun and relive this really awesome show with you guys. So this one was written by Brad Wright, who is the creator of the show. So let's have a look at the summary. This is on travelerswikia.com. Shall I do my movie voice?
Go on.
5 strangers become an elite team of secret operatives when time travelers take over their conscious minds to try to correct the terrible problems that face humanity in their own time.
Well done.
You said there was a different synopsis on Netflix, a much more to the point, maybe a little less dramatic.
Less dramatic. I've got, from Netflix... When several random citizens are possessed by people from the future, FBI agent Grant McLaren discovers their critical, important mission.
All right, that's a bit more to the point.
I think that sums it up.
It does sum it up. It does sort of make it seem like Grant McLaren is investigating like a bunch of time terrorists, don't you think?
He kind of is in the first episode.
Yeah,
I guess that's his position.
Yeah. Even if it is a little misleading in a way, it is a really good summary. It doesn't give away anything. And like the whole show, and we're just about to sort of talk about the first 10 minutes. So before the credits even roll, we get the sort of the origin stories of these 4 characters. It takes up a whole 10 minutes and we don't even see Grant McLaren.
No, which is interesting.
The star of the show. And I'm doing
what's that called? Quotations.
Inverted commas.
I'm
doing little bunny ears in the sky. Look, we don't even see him. And this is the brilliant thing about this show I love so much, it doesn't spell it all out for you.
Yeah.
Modern TV shows, they're just like, shove it down your throat. They just spoon feed you everything. They want to exposition you straight up and then just so you're comfortable and you know what kind of show this is. So the first 10 minutes, let's have a chat about what happens. We have Who's our first person that we meet?
Marcy Wharton.
Yes, played by Mackenzie Porter, who is apparently like a singer.
Apparently a country singer or something.
Have you seen any of her songs?
I watched a couple of her Instagram videos. She's actually not bad.
Yeah, is she better than Lucy Hale?
Coming from someone who doesn't really like country music, she's pretty good. I don't mind it. I'd listen to her album.
Her debut single in 2012, I Wish I'd Known.
I wish I'd known I was going to be an actress.
I wish I'd known that there was a fake Facebook profile and I was about to be downloaded into the body that had a damaged brain, perhaps.
Maybe.
Her second single, Never Gonna Let You.
Down.
Never gonna let you unsee Marcy naked, David?
Yeah, I was going to go something like that, but I don't know.
Anyway, whatever. So here, there's some it's really great. The first shot you see is of this gigantic building. It's a library?
I think it's a library, apparently.
I was waiting for Tony Stark to come out or something because it's like, this place is like full of just glass. It's got like multiple stories. It's all got this sleek kind of design. I assume there's an actual building in Vancouver. But like this library, it looks like the Avengers Mansion. It really does. And we see Marcy and we get that beautiful like shot of her saying, you're a big girl now. She's reading her kids' book. And we start to realize that this lady's a little bit different to what we maybe thought when we first saw her.
You're a big girl now.
Marcy, I gotta leave early tonight. You gonna be all right alone?
I'm fine.
Don't forget to take your break, girl. You work too hard.
I won't. Bye, Toy.
Yeah. See you later. I'm leaving.
Don't forget to take your break.
This chick's what, the cleaner?
I don't know what she is. I think she was vacuuming and now she's leaving.
Okay.
At like what looks like 10, 11 o'clock at night or something.
So the library's been closed for some time, I imagine.
Yeah.
If the cleaners are in, and this lady's like one of the head cleaners perhaps, we've seen that this lady, who we come to know as Marcy, is there. It's the weirdest library I've ever seen. There's like 5 books. And one of them is You're a Big Girl Now. So Marcy's reading. She has some kind of disability because she can't really talk well and she obviously can't read very well. And we get the impression that she's allowed to help out. You see her sort of spraying the table, using too much lemon pledge, which she probably gets into trouble with all the time. But this lady's like, all the best. I'm off for a hot date.
Yeah.
You can close up. You probably don't even have keys.
No.
Because you're not an employee here. But yeah, all the best. I hope no bad men get you.
Yeah.
I'm probably supposed to be supervising you, but I'm going on my hot date.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much. Yeah, that's really weird. And it's the first time that we see those famous words,
Recorded time of death.
Yeah.
and we're like, sure.
What does that mean?
Yeah, what the hell does that mean? And we obviously know this whole first 10 minutes is about these people who are about to die. The travelers are about to be downloaded into their brain, into their body. So we see this chick go out. She gets beset upon by some ne'er-do-wells. It means bad men.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
So they do all the normal TV stuff, like grab at a handbag and they throw some liquid on her, perhaps some alcohol. And Marcy gets distressed and she just bangs on the window and distracts him while her boss runs away.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully they call the cops.
I'm hoping so.
Like, where's Detective Gower? What's he doing?
Who is
What's his-
Detective Gower?
Oh, we'll see it. We'll see him soon. But Detective Gower, he's having some donuts. He's having some coffee. But this lady,
Sorry.
she leaves her handbag. Perhaps she can't call the cops because she's lost her handbag.
She's lost her mobile. It's
Yep.
in the handbag.
And this is again why we thought it was like the Avengers Mansion, because like Marcy distracts these guys and they're like oh, fresh meat.
Yeah.
And then they come up to her and they throw a glass bottle at the glass and it doesn't crack. It's like bulletproof glass. What books are they keeping in this library? There's like 5 books. Maybe they're like You're a Big Girl Now is just like one there for her. But all the other books, they're like secret tomes.
Perhaps.
Like the Illuminati's like black book. Like Tom Cruise's numbers in there.
Maybe.
You know? Elvis.
His confessions.
Confessions of Tom.
Maybe.
Volume 1 through to 3.
Yeah.
Number 2 is my personal favourite. Lots and lots of Katie. Lots of Katie Holmes in that one. I like that one. Maybe the Necronomicon's in there. Maybe like the book from the Neverending Story. They probably keep Jumanji in there. The board game. They probably keep Jumanji in there. You know?
That's pretty important.
You open up a room and it's like... That's my jungle noises for you, everyone playing at home.
All right. I think you're off mission, I'm just saying. Heading back to Travelers.
Play me.
All right.
Am I off mission?
I've already said it, but you've completely
Do it in the voice. Do it in the creepy kid's voice. Do it.
Traveler, 0326, you are off mission.
Wow. Are you going to like sing me a Oompa Loompa song to go with that? Oompa Loompa Doopity Dishin. If you're not careful, you'll be off mission. And I'll come and see you and sing you a song.
Traveler, 0326, you're off mission.
Doopity
For the 10th time this episode. We haven't even started yet.
Yeah, well, look, then we're the podcast for travelers. They go off mission so many times, it's not funny. Cool. So that's Marcy. The next one we see is Trevor. He's one of our personal favorites. Trevor? Did I say Trevor?
Traveler.
Traveler. 0115, otherwise known as Trevor Holden.
Trevor Holden, yes.
Yeah, we see him. He's in the middle of a cage fight.
He's a
bit of a badass. He's we don't know yet, but he's a high school student and he's doing some kind of like underground, MMA fight, like perhaps for some money, maybe just for shits and giggles.
Probably just for shits and giggles.
I didn't see Brad Pitt. I guess it's not a fight club. We don't really get much dialogue from Trevor, which I've always, like, looking back at it now, like, I'm maybe a little disappointed, but they do so well, like, to condense everything into 10 minutes. So, maybe just as a fan, I'm like, I wanted to sort of see the old Trevor, and then...
You see a bit. His friend's like, what does his friend say? He's better than you, back down or something.
Yeah.
And he keeps going. So I think that shows his personality slightly.
Yeah, he's competitive. He's obviously sporty. He's incredibly fit.
An idiot teenager.
He's an absolute moron.
Maybe.
Moron jock. I mean, we get more of that from the other characters around him later. His parents, his girlfriend, his teachers, all that sort of thing. But we don't really get dialogue from him.
But he doesn't back down. He keeps going until he gets completely smashed.
He does. And he gets heavily concussed on the ground. He gets smashed down. And
to the point.
Then we get the next recorded time of death thing.
Time of death, yep.
We skipped over Marcy's whole transition, didn't
we?
Well, you've seen it before. She sort of becomes all Black Widow, and she gets like
kicks their asses once they've kicked hers.
Yeah, Traveler 3569 enters Marcy Wharton's body and kicks all kinds of ass. And you can see her look. With everything in this, the first 10 minutes, you see like a close up of the face. There's a lot of reflection, so she looks down in the puddle or something, and then it's like, that's not Marcy. That's someone else, don't you think? And then it cuts to the next scene. Or ad break or whatever. So anyway, Trevor, he gets smacked down. There's a recorded time of death, and then he is taken over by 0115. And the first thing that he says is really great, and we'll play the clip. We'll find it somehow and cut you in. I concede the fight.
I concede the fight.
The voice is just completely weird.
It's almost like he sounds surprised to hear himself say it.
It's almost, Arnold Schwarzenegger-like, don't you think? I concede the fight.
Yeah. While he's there on the ground screaming, and then I concede the fight.
Yeah.
Eyes to see you. I am Traveler 0155 or 115.
Whatever.
Who is your daddy and what does he do? Get down.
Okay, completely off mission.
You need a button. We'll get you a soundboard.
I need a...
You need a soundboard, yeah.
You know how often I will press that for you?
What's next anyway? Who's next?
My personal favourite?
This is going to be... Everyone is our personal favourite.
No. This one for real. Philip Pearson.
Yeah. Listen, Traveller 7526, if that is your real name. A little bit jealous of... Riley Dolman, who plays Philip Pearson. Don't like him too much.
It's a little bit, I think he's a fan favourite. I've joined a lot of Instagram accounts on Instagram.
Oh, I see.
And I was like, why are they all Philip Instagram accounts? But they're not. They're just Traveller Instagram accounts with Philip as the profile picture.
Ooh.
In every single one of them.
Is that... Oh.
Literally, every single one of them.
They're fan accounts.
They're fan accounts for the travellers, and they post about all the travellers, but the actual profile picture is Philip.
Oh, wow. We should, we'll look him up and maybe give him a shout out next time if we remember,
I think he's definitely a fan favourite.
Yeah, before taking over the body of Lee, Traveller 7526,
Had a bit of a crush?
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe Lee had a crush and you're actually following Protocol 5.
Maybe.
And you're staying on mission.
I think so.
In the absence of direction, maintain your host's life. Protocol 5.
All right, well, I guess you're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
I'll just bite my tongue.
I think so.
So, Philip, we see it's like a really rock film clip, isn't it? It's like an MTV, like, 90s film clip. It's all like fisheye lenses.
No words.
Just music, like sort of dance music.
Music and needles and stuff.
So it's train spotting.
Yes, train spotting.
It's train spotting.
Yeah.
We see Philip and his friend,
I guess,
which we find out is his roommate. His roommate shoots up first, and then Philip's about to do it, and we meet for the first time Traveller 3326, and he gets downloaded into Philip's body, and then he's like, holy shit.
I'm a drug addict.
I'm high.
I'm high, yeah.
Except that he doesn't shoot up. He's got the needle and he sort of looks at it and he's and then he throws it on the ground and then get a close up of his face like with everyone else, and then that's it. So they sum him up pretty, like, I guess he's going to have a lot later, so they don't really give him that much. Now, next one, and the final one actually is Carly, isn't it?
Carly.
And Carly, they do pretty well with this without it being cliche. We work out very quickly what's about to happen.
Yeah.
Like, she looks like a single mother, or a mother at least by herself, with her kid. Kid's crying. She's trying to sort of cope with all of that. The car pulls up, and when Constable Jeff or Sergeant Jeff or Officer Jeff, whatever he is, or you have another name for him, do you?
Sergeant Fuckhead or something. I don't know.
Sergeant Fuckface?
Yeah, I think so.
The actor, what's his name? J. Alex Brinson.
Yeah.
I never really actually looked him up.
Does a great job of being hated.
It is. We really, you just want to
really
hate
him.
Jeff.
Yeah.
And that's obviously not J. Alex's
character. He's a good actor,
He's
obviously.
Just a very good actor. Unless he's typecast. Maybe he is a jerk. I don't know.
Maybe.
Don't sue, please.
Anyway, he pulls up. He knocks on the door.
Yeah. And you can just tell by his face, and then he's pleading through the door, I got to take a piss or whatever.
Let me in.
And she's like, no, this has happened before. And we just know. We've seen this so many times before. This is not going to end well for Carly. And she lets him in, and he's out of control, and she's trying to set boundaries.
He's drunk, yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely drunk. He's just been driving. We don't know he's a cop yet, by the way. But anyway, that's cool. Yeah, you're a cop and you're drink driving.
That's fine.
And he comes in, he thumps her, and we see the recorded time of death, and we know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Except that Jeff was not expecting Traveller 3465, the badass herself, to enter Carly Shannon's body. And again, we see it's not quite as drastic as Marcy, right?
Not really, but she has that look in her eye, like they all do.
Yep.
And he's like, oh, shit.
Yeah. So it's weird, actually, because, like, so we don't know that Marcy's the medic.
No.
She displays, like, you know, like Black Widow kung fu powers and beats up all those guys. I guess she was, like, in the most danger. Oh, I don't know. I mean, she's surrounded.
Kind of, yeah.
She was in continued danger.
Yeah.
Whereas Carly, when she wakes up, of course she is still in danger. But, you know, Jeff seems to be more confused than anything.
I think so.
And so she doesn't really have to assert herself. And yet she's the tactician, as we find out later. She is the badass. She is the one who can handle guns and explosives and can karate chop people and all the tactical mission parts of what they do. That's it. And then we basically cut to credits after that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we get to hear the awesome theme music. All the music's been great up until this point as well. It's been very moody.
I think so.
You can't really sort of pin down like a particular kind of as well. It's been very moody aesthetic or like era. You know, like we listen to Stranger Things and it's like, that's great music. It's meant to sound 80s, right? And then when we watch Travelers, like we don't know. It's sort of, it is, I guess it is kind of sci-fi and stuff. But Adam Lesty, can't pronounce his name. Adam Schwastika, no, ooh, don't say
Adam someone.
Lastiqua. Adam Lastiqua.
Is the what?
He's the guy who wrote the theme tune, and I think he scores the rest of the episode too, and perhaps the rest of the series. Very, very cool.
Adam.
Very cool. And the next step is like meeting the characters for real. Mm-hmm. And there's a couple of. So the next one is Trevor, right?
Trevor.
We get to meet Trevor, and it's. We love Trevor.
We do love Trevor.
He's just so zen.
I think it's the zen that
he's all like Eckhart Tolle there.
I think so.
And his mother's like, "Oh, you're up early, or whatever." And he's like, "I was woken up by the birds." We love you, Eckhart. No, no, he's all like Buddhist and Zen and shit. Like he's so awesome. We find out later that he's one of the oldest travelers.
Yeah.
And out of the group, he's the oldest traveler.
Yeah, yeah.
Not his first rodeo.
No.
He's done this before. When you come back over and over again, I guess every time you go back to the future, you're like, this sucks, man.
Yeah.
And when he comes back to the past, he's like, hell yeah, I'm going to enjoy birds.
Exactly.
Remember birds?
Yeah, yeah.
Birds were a thing.
He can all take a note out of his book.
We don't know what kind of like post-apocalyptic fallout, you know, like thing is happening in the future, but we know it's bad.
Yeah.
And he probably doesn't sleep in a bed. He probably doesn't hear birds.
There's no birds in the future.
Probably would go out and get a burger. Just saying. Yeah. So yeah, he's there, and his parents are being like good cop, bad cop. You know, Dad's a bit of a jerk.
Dad's an a-hole.
But he's
an unsupporting father, I would say.
Very much so. So he's looking at Trevor and going, "What the hell? You've got the big game on today, buddy, and you've gone and busted your hand in your face and your brain. And never mind that. Like, you don't have to go to the doctor, but you know, you've screwed up. You're such a dum-dum, you know, jock a lot that you are a worthless human being without your quarterback skills, we assume."
Yeah.
And whatever. So he gets his scholarship.
Get a job flipping burgers. I'm pretty sure is something.
Yeah, he does. He says that. What a jerk. The mother, mother's a little bit more good cop, and she's supportive and everything. It could be a tactic that they've had before, but then you know, Trevor responds in a weird way, and
after he reads his text message from his girlfriend, don't forget that the best bit.
I forgot about that. That's so cool. Yeah, he's reading. He gets a text from his girlfriend. He has no idea what's going on, of course, and it's like, "Are you okay?" In like, you know, text
also
speak.
known as
Ruach.
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 Which would be completely confusing to someone who doesn't know current text messaging.
Yeah, maybe he's like, "Oh, I've returned to the wrong past. This is like the past where the Klingons have taken over."
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all of his research down the toilet.
Crap.
Yep, he's got, oh shit, what? There's birds. So I, for one, welcome our Klingon overlords. And we'll do anything that they require me to do. I have quite a set of skills.
That's the first thing he kind of says. Oh, besides the birds.
Yeah, he says Ruach, and then he mentions to the birds.
Yeah.
And the last thing he says, awesome. I love
Yeah.
this. They sum it up so well with Trevor. That's why we love him so much. He says, "Thank you, Mom." He's just been reprimanded, and the mother's being kind.
Yeah.
The father's being a jerk. He just sort of takes it all in stride, and he's like, "Thank you, Mom."
Yeah. Not knowing that Trevor would actually never say that.
I was going to say, so this is actually the first break of protocol?
Probably.
Or unless... Oh, actually, you know what? Marcy kicking their asses is kind of like... She's broken protocol 5.
She has broken protocol.
Can we start like a... Let's start a...
Hashtag.
No. Oh,
No?
yeah, what? Off mission. Hashtag off mission.
Hashtag off mission.
Hashtag off mission. And the first one... So let's do a little tally. Marcy 1. Protocol none.
What's she meant to do? Let them beat her up.
That is true. So the mission comes first, right? So
I
she
think
actually
the mission
upholds...
comes first. So she...
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we'll give it to Marcy.
Marcy.
But Trevor, I keep calling him Jared in my head. Trevor's a little bit like, he's breaking Protocol 5 a little bit, I think.
I think so, without realizing it.
But it's not too alarming. They're probably just thinking, he's concussed, whatever.
His concussion brought him back as a better person.
Oh, there might be something in that. I want you to hit me as hard as you can in the head. Just on mic. We won't pause.
No worries.
Ow! Hit me in the ear. Oh, yeah. Do it again. The next one's a real short scene. Carly is sitting there on the computer, and she's got her kid. She's got Jeffrey Jr. on her lap, and she's typing into Google
How to
take care of an infant or something.
That's the one.
Yeah.
While she's feeding him what is an arrowroot biscuit or something.
The kid's like, "Hell, Ma, why don't you give me some baby food?"
Yeah.
What's all this cracker shit?
Need some milk.
Give me some milk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got no teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's lost, and she's not going to blow
She's
her cover.
a badass come back as a mother. Like, what do you do with that?
Yeah, how to be maternal in Google. How to take care of a 21st century baby when you've just come from the future.
Yeah.
I wonder what happens if you type that into Google. Let us know, guys. I won't type it in. But you can. Something cool might come up. Maybe you'll find something on the deep web. Maybe you'll find like...
People from the future.
Well, just use a VPN. Just saying. Yeah, you'll have people knocking on the door.
Exactly.
After that, we have Philip, and he is on mission, man. Like we see him at the internet cafe, I think, right?
It looks like an internet cafe, but I don't know what it is because the police officer works in.
Gower.
The first time we meet Gower.
Who's Gower?
Who is Gower?
We didn't mention Gower before.
No, not at all.
So Optimus Prime,
Optimus Prime.
Oh, no, we'll do research before, and the guy who plays Gower, what's his name? Gary Chalk?
The guy with the good voice.
He's got a great voice.
Yeah.
Really, really great voice. Obviously, that's why they picked him for cartoon. He played Optimus Prime in a Transformer cartoon of some kind. I think he's on Stargate at some point.
Oh, really?
I don't know. I never watched Stargate.
I can't say I watched
I think you only watched Stargate to make fun of, like, the guy.
Yeah. I am Stargate.
I am Stargate. You're sitting there and making fun of him and making your brother, like, get angry.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dude with lips.
And I'm not sure if anyone listening has actually watched Optimus Prime either. Unless you have children.
Yeah. Philip's on mission. He's actually on the deep web. He's actually doing his job.
He's on the deep web.
He's on the deep web.
With
the director.
Connecting with the director.
What you doing?
I'm here.
And the director's like, "Who dis?"
Yeah. Who dis?
The director. This is. You, do you remember me?
I'm Traveller.
I'm Traveller 3326. Philip Pearson.
Yeah.
Kind of made a mistake, buddy. Kind of sent me back into a drug addict's body. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Did you know this is going to happen? Kind of counterproductive. Yeah. It kind of caught me at a bad time. Actually, I'm going to be out of the office for a little while, doing director stuff. You know, saving the world, making some calculations. How about you?
Saving the future.
How about you talk to the director junior, the assistant director, maybe? Yeah, talk to. Where did he get this line? Hang up.
And cut. Gower walks in.
Yeah, so Gower comes in, and Philip does that thing in movies where you push one button and it minimizes all the naughty stuff that you're looking at. I don't know if that button exists. Guys, can you write in and let me know? about that special
Surely
button.
someone knows.
Never mind the guy's looking into the fucking Matrix. He's like,
Yeah.
he's on the deep web in an internet cafe.
Yeah.
Like, and the guys are like, checking Facebook and they're on Instagram and, looking up travelers.wikia.com. And then like, and this bloke's like sifting through the deep web with all this like gobbledygook stuff on the screen.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, no, nothing.
Nothing here.
And so Gower takes him because he's like, you're in trouble, son.
Your roommate has just passed away.
Yep. The next scene that we see is it's the first scene that we have David.
David. David.
Personal favourite.
Personal favourite. What a sweetheart.
Yeah, let us know if he's your personal favourite.
Yeah.
Who are we kidding? He's probably the personal favourite of everybody.
Yeah.
He is fantastic. Patrick Gilmore, he's so likeable. He's so sweet. His vibe, like, let alone obviously how they write the character, but he just gives off just such a caring vibe. And he's absolutely perfect. And there's no line about, like, what he does.
Yeah.
But when we watch the show, right, for the first time, we knew that he was a social worker, right? We just had a vibe. We just knew. Wait, you're looking at me like we didn't know. I feel like we knew.
I don't know, man.
You didn't?
It could have been anyone. Brother.
I feel like I called it.
Friend. All right. Maybe you're better at reading people than me.
Oh. Anyway, I put it down to
social workers. I mean, as soon as he opened the door and it was like...
Well, you said inappropriate.
Inappropriate.
Yeah. He turns up and Marcy is naked. They love showing Mackenzie Porter's bottom.
Apparently.
First of many times that we see Marcy naked. Apparently, in the future...
they don't have clothes.
We have evolved beyond the need for clothes in the future. No, that's it?
No, I think that's it. They've gone back to...
Where's that Star Trek episode, by the way? Stardate 5473.
Yeah.
We have encountered a race of people who have evolved beyond the need for clothes. So we did the same.
I wasn't sure where you're going with that.
I don't know either.
He's like, oh, maybe put some clothes on.
Is this appropriate?
Appropriate? Sure. Maybe some underwear.
That's the appropriate clip.
Yeah, and so she puts on a dress, which is entirely see-through. She has no undies on.
Yeah.
And he's like, he's all confused because...
he's just seen her naked, so nothing is making sense. It's like, oh my God.
He's not thinking about the fact that she's like keeping eye contact.
Yeah.
And she's like using
Speaking
full
normal,
sentences. She's not like, you're my boyfriend or whatever. Like, she's
David gave this to me.
Yeah. Are you David? She's not like, I'm a good girl, I am.
She's not country. Like, whatever. What's that called?
Isn't that from My Fair Lady? I'm a good girl, I am. I'm a good girl, I am.
I don't believe I've seen that.
No. I guess before I was going for more like I've always relied on the kindness of strangers. Blanche Dubois, how are you?
No.
No? Not going there?
Not going
biting?
there. No.
No? Off mission?
Off mission.
Okay, cool. The next scene, we get a little bit of an expansion on Philip. So they've sort of all taken a bit of a turn. And Philip's accused of manslaughter. He is high. He has no idea what's going on.
He's a little bit screwed.
Yep. Again, they're like showing these close-ups of like reflections and of his eyes. And Gower's grilling him. He's trying to get to the bottom of the mystery because a man has died. A kid has died, and he's trying to figure out like what Philip's involvement has been in it. But meanwhile, Philip has no idea because he's just trying to deal with being high.
I don't have a drug problem.
I know who your dealer is. I know how much you buy every week. I know who your friends are, and I know where you're from.
You have no idea where I'm from.
You inject somebody with AOD. That's manslaughter.
It's kind of like a running joke, right?
I think it starts the running joke of Philip telling the truth.
Yep, telling the truth and getting away with it because people are like, no, that's absurd.
Probably sponsored by Coca-Cola.
Yeah, I know, product placement, huh? And you know, like there's actually, we'll include that other line by Gower. You know, son, a call to 911 could have saved that boy's life or whatever he says. Yeah, it could have. In fact, that lady over at the library, maybe you should be lecturing her.
Yeah, true.
You know, she could have been calling 911. Maybe Marcy wouldn't have been thumped in the head.
I think so.
So the next scene is David and Marcy on the bus.
On the bus.
And so you absolved her of breaking protocol before.
Yeah.
Do you think she breaks protocol here?
Yeah.
She
has no idea, which we don't actually know yet.
Oh, yeah,
she
that's
has
right.
No idea what she was beforehand. So she's not breaking protocol intentionally.
Yeah, no, and she wasn't really given the right information, right? So the director actually fucks up here because, as we find out later,
yeah, she studies her.
It's a fabricated
profile on Facebook.
Yep.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah, it was David and her were practicing, like learning about social media, and they just made fake profiles.
Yeah.
You know, it would be like.
So unfortunately, she studied the wrong information.
Marcy Wharton.
Yeah.
In relationship with David.
Yeah.
David Mailer. He's my boyfriend.
Yeah, which she would love.
Yeah, pictures of cats. Favorite book. You're a big girl now. Don't you think that would have tipped off the director? Just saying.
Surely. Apparently not, though. Apparently not.
David Mailer in relationship with Marcy Wharton. Likes appropriate things.
See-through dresses.
Bicycles. Cool clocks made out of cathode ray tubes that we see later in his apartment.
Yep.
Putting his foot in his mouth. Yep. All stuff like that. Yeah, so she breaks protocol because it's supposed to be a reading aloud day or something, right?
She can read it completely.
She's fluent. She can read it
word.
properly, yeah.
Yeah.
And so David's like, something's wrong here.
Yeah.
So you couldn't do that yesterday.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on.
When did you become the love of my life?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Thursday. It's reading aloud day. There's no point wasting time sitting on a bus. It's just me. It can be anything at all. I think I got your favorite.
Police were forced to use tear gas to disperse a crowd shortly after a not guilty verdict was announced out.
Yeah, so reading aloud day. So...
Nudity magazine day.
Nudity magazine day?
Permission, never mind.
Right. Yeah, so David goes to pull out You're a Big Girl Now out of his satchel. His little satchel.
Are we sure it's Nudity magazine? I mean,
it's not Nudity magazine.
Sorry. Are we sure it's You're a Big Girl Now?
It's a Nudity magazine.
It's an Adam Sandler movie. Come on.
So David's claiming it on tax and shit. It's like no, it's for
Thursday.
It's for reading aloud day.
Yeah.
I only read the articles. I don't. It's not for the pictures. I like the Penthouse articles.
She just cuts in and starts reading the paper.
It is. It's a bit like so Marcy, what's 1 + 1?
Yeah.
Can you do mathematics? And then she's like recites pi to like the 25th decimal point, and you're like, that's okay, but what's 1 + 1? Can you do it? Can you say 1 + 1? Yes, I thought so. I don't know why it's Little Britain all of a sudden.
I'm not sure.
And then we cut to Trevor. He's being all present and stuff. And then we meet his girlfriend. His girlfriend comes along and she's like, I love you. I want to sleep with you because your parents ain't home. And then he's like, no, because I got a concussion. I don't know what voice I'm doing.
I don't know what that is.
Again, and I wrote a little note here when we were watching it before.
Yeah.
I'm like, is there like a grace period of appropriate adjustment that the director has like calculated where they're forgiven for like breaking protocols? Because he's breaking protocol here. His girlfriend's like, let's have sex. And he's like, he's like a teenage boy and he's like, no, I'll pass.
Teenage boy in like a 80-year-old mind.
Maybe he's like, I don't want to embarrass myself because like he kind of doesn't work. But in Trevor's body, he's fine.
It probably works just fine.
Completely functional. Knocking her back. Like, there's no one home. She's there. She's like, hi, I'm a cute French-Canadian girl with a mole.
I think it's pretty hard for him to say no, but it's like, inappropriate for his actual age. She's probably only a teenager, so.
Yeah, but he's in a teenager's body and he's meant to follow Protocol 5.
Yeah,
as tough as it is.
You put yourself in that position.
Because 0115, I know it's difficult. I know it's going to be a horrible experience sleeping with this very pretty girl.
But you're going to have to sleep with this 15-year-old girl.
Yeah. It is weird, I guess. Like, yeah, if you were his age, even with the training that he's had, it would feel a bit weird.
Unless you're Hugh Hefner, it's fine. Wait, he died.
Too soon.
I don't think it's too. It's never too soon.
Yeah.
All right.
And then he says, like, so he's being all zen again, and he's like, oh, she won't accept his explanation, right? And then he says,
I want you to help me find
myself or something. And she says, that's so beautiful. And then
Yeah,
she starts
yeah,
taking
yeah.
the clothes
Every
off again.
chick's like,
No.
fuck yeah.
This is meant to,
Yeah.
like, just stop you from doing that. Yeah, so let's go.
Let's
we'll find the clip.
that.
The doctor said that a concussion as bad as this can cause changes in personality and memory loss. That the only treatment is time, that in time I'll be the person I was before the concussion. I need you to help me remember who that person is.
You want me to help you find yourself? Trev, that is so beautiful.
You should go.
I don't want to, but I will. That's how much I love you.
Fuck. It's like speaking to your granddaughter or something. It's a good line, though. I mean, that comes with experience.
It does, and she falls for it, and she's like, I'm
Yeah.
going to be yours again.
Yeah.
And then he's like, no, remember, concussion.
Yeah.
Concussion of my dick. Concussion. And then she's like, I love you. That's why I'm going to do this. I get it
She's
now.
fallen even more in love with him
That's it.
because...
Yeah.
Idiot.
Yeah. But wouldn't that be like, if he has a concussion in his dick, like he shouldn't let...
He's got a concussion in his dick.
Yeah,
but his head.
Yeah, but in his dickhead. So if he's got concussion...
Oh, sorry, I forgot. The second brain is in your dick.
Yes, if he's got concussion of the dick, like, wouldn't you not want the dick to fall asleep? Because it's very dangerous for it to fall asleep when it's concussed.
So he needs to keep it up and to sleep with her.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so he's actually he's very lucky that no serious damage to his dick happened in this. It's a warning to us all, really. And then the next one, it's just a very short one. We see Carly, and she's actually the next most on mission because she is also
on the
going
interweb.
She's on the deep interwebs, and and then she sees something. I think she sees McLaren's.
Oh yeah, this is my favorite scene of the first episode.
Do you want to watch it and then like you can tell me about it? Yeah, because all right.
This isn't my favorite scene,
No,
but a
it's
bit
the other
after. So Carly is on mission.
She's on mission.
Daddy's coming.
Daddy's coming. Obviously,
Daddy's coming.
It's not Jeffrey.
Fuck Jeffrey.
It's not the maternal.
We hope it's not Jeffrey.
So it's a bit confusing, and we'll find out later that they've been in a relationship
With someone of the future.
Someone of the future, yeah. What time is it here on the Netflix?
It is 17:35.
All right. So we're like a third of the way in, or whatever.
And we finally meet the star of the show, according to Netflix.
This isn't going to be one of those like executive decision kind of things where like Steven Seagal is like the biggest name on.
Seagal, what the fuck?
Is Steven Seagal's like the biggest name on that fucking poster?
And he dies.
And then he dies in the first like 30 seconds, and you're like, Kurt Russell, it is.
We could have gone with someone else, but yeah,
It's like
Steven Seagal.
Yeah, Eric McCormack is like he's there for like 5 seconds and he dies, and then it's like
he's replaced by
Jerry Seinfeld,
some traveler.
Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen. Okay.
Yeah.
He just speaks to his co-host, and you finally get a chance to
Co-host.
meet his co-host. His
partner.
What's it called?
His partner. His FBI partner.
His partner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. His partner. I
we
think it's
see
just
him-
meeting him as himself before he becomes.
Yeah, so as Grant McLaren, he's an FBI agent. They talk about whispers of stuff on the deep web that's all a bit weird.
Mm-hmm.
And also, obviously, we know now that they're being watched. The travelers' messages are setting off alarm bells at the FBI. And the FBI is like, we can't have that. It's probably a terrorist or something.
Yeah.
You busy right now?
Not yet.
You just got sent a red flag.
I'm thinking the red flag is that, like, there's one Trevor Holden who hasn't slept with his girlfriend because of a concussion. You better red flag that. The FBI's been watching him. They're like, this kid doesn't know. Like, if his dick has got a concussion, like, he can't go to sleep.
Does not have a concussion.
We better warn him. Yeah, he's been warned.
He's off mission.
He's off mission. Your penis is off mission.
Too far.
Too far?
Too far.
Sure. In the conversation between McLaren and his partner, they actually mention the name of the guy that the travelers are meant to stop at the end of the episode.
Which is?
I don't know. Jonah Walker? Jonah Hill?
Oh, he's the, yep.
Walker,
I don't want to
Texas
give
Ranger.
a spoiler alert yet. He's the shooter, right?
Yeah.
All
So
right.
they've sort of mentioned that they're watching him, but they don't know it's connected or whatever.
right.
What happens after this?
We cut to...
We cut to Marcy. Marcy's being assessed. So they're like, David's like, something's not right here. Something is not right. And then they cut... Madeline, something is not right with this little girl. She was a good girl before, but now she read the paper. And I changed accents halfway through that.
Yeah, Traveller 326, you are off mission.
That's playing at home. I don't know how many times I've been
I
off
really
mission.
need a buzzer.
You need a buzzer badly. All right, so we see that Marcy is being described by the person doing the assessing as having a significant intellectual disability. And so they're like, who's the real Marcy? They basically accuse Marcy of faking it.
For like however long.
The most innocent soul I've ever met.
Played the system. Fooled me too.
So she could live in a flop house full of crackheads? Work nights at a library for the rest of her adult life? No, you're right. She's a mastermind. You know what she is? She's a James Bond villain.
Neural pathways can't spring up overnight. Vocabulary doesn't come out of nowhere. And what's happened to her stutter?
You're not a librarian. You work there as a cleaning lady. I am not a reporter. I'm your social worker.
So what you're saying is that...
I'm just trying to understand.
Mercy.
Mercy. Mercy.
Yeah, so they accuse Marcy of playing the system and all that sort of thing.
Why does she come back speaking okay, but yet Philip still has a drug addiction? Because it's a brain thing?
Yeah, because the
I mean, she
traveler
clearly has a seizure, but...
Yeah, so at the end of the scene, you see her have a seizure, and they're probably thinking that she's doing it to just stop the interrogation, not interrogation, the questioning, because they're getting too close to finding out her truth or whatever. But in reality, it's her brain, isn't handling the new consciousness because the brain has damage. And so, yeah, she can talk, but the brain's not handling it. Philip's problem isn't really a brain problem, or a little bit of brain problem, but mostly a body problem because he's on drugs. David says, is she like a James Bond villain? Whatever, it's like pretty funny. It's like, hello, my name is Marcy. I'm an actor.
Only the past year has she been talking like this. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's it. Because you sort of get the idea that it's certainly her and David.
So we have
been together.
no idea what's happened to her before that.
No. So all we know now is that there's something wrong. Unless she is a James Bond villain.
Maybe she is.
And David's like, do you expect me to talk? And she's like, no, I expect you to see me naked.
Fuck. That's the only buzzer I could find. Which is the Family Feud buzzer.
I'll take breaks of protocol for $5, please.
That's my you're off mission.
Oh, and we're back, and we had a bit of a technical mishap. So everything might sound a little bit different, but we're still the same.
Still the same.
I'm still vaguely off mission. The next couple of scenes, we see a bit of Carly. We sort of get the bit of Carly that we missed because she's had such short scenes, like she sort of gets like a Marcy treatment. Like she's different now. She's tough. She takes this tough stance with Jeffrey Sr. he's being a dick. He's trying to apologize and start the cycle of abuse again and again, like he always does. And this time she don't want to take it.
Yeah.
Carla.
Also, you'll provide proper financial support.
Okay. I get it. Let me make it up to you. What do you want me to do?
Change Jeffrey's diaper.
Oh, hell no. But then, like, the Philip scenes are more interesting anyway, right? Because we meet the lawyer, Ray.
Yeah.
For the first time. And even in his, like, messed up drug state, Philip's, like, he's awesome. He identifies that this guy's got an addiction.
Yeah.
He's looking for, like, an angle, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's looking for, like, a way to, you know, spin this into his benefit somehow. Can see that he can prey upon this guy's weakness, which is gambling. That, you know, even though Ray lies and says, "Oh, it's cigarettes," you know, so he knows that. And then obviously, as we find out later, he is the historian, Philip, so he knows information about the past, you know, in terms of the gambling, so they can get revenue because you needs money in the 21st century,
Past or the future.
That's his superpower. He's like Bruce Wayne's like, "I'm really rich." Philip's like, "I can make you rich." And it continues our favorite, that running joke where like Philip just tells the truth.
You gotta tell me.
Do I still have attorney-client privilege?
Yeah, sure, whatever. Yep.
I'm from the future.
Okay, I get it. You can't tell me.
All right, you can't tell me.
Because you can't tell me. Sure, you've got your special, like, you know, favors that you're pulling, or, you know, like one of the horse, you know, trainers or something.
Yeah.
And Ray's like, they're impossible bets. They're like ridiculous. You'd never, ever have bet on those things. You know, it's like he bet on, you know, Donald Trump to become president. Or he bet on...
We have to take you to the hospital. You've been out of it all day. And as soon as you're feeling up to it, they want to run a few tests and see what's going on. Well, it's not up to me, kiddo.
I can't be in the hospital.
Marcy.
Listen to me. I have important work to do.
At the library?
No, not at the library.
No, David, not in the fucking library. Even, like, in her hospital bedridden state, as the medic, she's self-diagnosed. She's just realised, oh shit, she says, there's too much pre-existing damage in the brain. So when they downloaded the consciousness of Traveller 3569 into the body of Marcy Wharton, they didn't realise that the brain was going to have some trouble. It's got too much damage to handle the new consciousness and the higher functions that she's trying to put it through. She's saying, I can't be in hospital. I've got important work to do. You know, everything's happening. It's happening for a reason. And then she basically bails on David.
Yeah.
And she's going to go be on mission.
Poor David.
Yeah. It all starts to tighten up now. Like, Trevor goes online next. Philip first, then Carly.
Philip, Carly, then Trevor.
Then Trevor. So he's finally online. And then we have a scene with McLaren. It's real cop talk. It's real FBI cop talk. He's like, "You're still an asshole," all that sort of stuff, you know. We've seen that kind of shorthand before. It's just to show that they're partners, they're long-standing partners. This guy's a typical agent that we've seen before. Not a cliche, but they just get his characters like solidified just before the action starts. That again, they're not like giving away too much information. I believe after that is Marcy logging in. So she's the last one to log in.
Yeah.
But in her defense, I mean, she's not really off mission. She's just been in hospital.
Yeah.
She couldn't shake David.
No.
So it's like, I can't get away from this guy. It's going to be a bit weird. She would be off mission if she's like, "Fuck off, David."
Basically.
And then kicks him down the stairs or something.
Yeah.
You know, steals his bike. Just throws some cash on the floor to keep it and then leaves. You know, like she can't be like that. You know, stick a syringe in his neck or something.
Yeah.
I think she says that line about a small part in something important. So she's starting to give lines to the audience saying like what they're doing. We're starting to realize that there's a mission here at work, that they're all in this together somehow. They're going to get tied together and we don't know just yet. Maybe because she's the one having to struggle to get it done a bit more, that she's the one having to say it to herself. Like,
I think so.
And just to get herself through, she probably thinks that she'll be gone very, very soon. She probably thinks she can do the mission and her body will not cope with it and she'll be gone.
I've got the rest of the suspects in the group covered, but if you could watch this one for me.
Look, Agent McLaren, there's no way in hell this kid's a terrorist.
Yeah, what are the odds he was going to win the lottery?
Okay.
Keep this number and check in with me later. Tomorrow he's all yours.
Hi, sweetie. Yes?
Special Agent McLaren of the FBI. Sorry to bother you.
McLaren, how can I help you?
Well, sometimes our computer spits stuff out and we have to follow it up. Do you live here alone?
With my son?
How old is he?
Just over a year?
So no criminal record. Sorry. I probably know the answer to this, but you don't happen to have plans for later tonight downtown?
No. No plans.
You don't sound very sure.
I was trying to decide if you were asking me out.
No, I'm busy tonight. Thanks for your time.
Oh shit. Yeah, no, we just watched a couple of scenes there to refresh our memory. So Philip wins the lottery, and McLaren visits Trevor. Trevor's not there, so he talks to the mum. And the mum's like, "Oh, please don't let it be internet porn," and all that sort of thing. It's the shortest interview ever. He sort of just comes in, insinuates something, and then leaves. Mm-hmm. You know, we see Trevor. He's talking about post-concussion syndrome. Girls are giggling in the hallway as he walks past. We're sort of getting an idea of what Trevor used to be. And Marcy in the apartment. So David comes back to the apartment. Marcy's there.
Yeah.
So that's eventually how she logs in. She's the last to log in. So David's like, sure, crazy lady, you've just like escaped from the thing. Basically. I'm going to let you stay in my apartment. Yeah. And she's like naked again.
At some point.
And then there's like a joke about, you know, like this body. And he's like, okay. Yeah. This body, huh? Like, crazy lady. You mean your body? And David's like, oh, you're either an actress or a spy, you know, like his worst case scenario. And like, yeah, she is. Maybe she can be actress spy. She does look a little bit like Scarlett Johansson. A little bit in the face. A little bit. So she's, you know, she's an actress spy.
Maybe she is.
Yeah, it's like a double role. She's playing a person playing a person. Mm. Yeah. And so we see McLaren and Gower talking on the phone, and Gower's like asking him about Philip, and then McLaren's like, he won the lottery. That's kind of weird. Yeah. All that sort of thing. And I think McLaren's starting to think that, there's something shifty going on. Yeah. And then McLaren visits Carly. When he introduces himself, she blinks and says like a close up of their eyes. And it's like, ooh.
The first time she sees the baby daddy.
He's my baby daddy, just what the doctor ordered. Maybe she didn't have a photo of like McLaren. She like, because she didn't recognize him. She only knew from the
It was the name. As soon as he said the name, her eyes were just like, damn.
Yeah. Maybe we can,
You look better in this life than you do in the future.
Yeah, spoilers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No, they obviously they have a romance, like was it Traveler 3468 and Traveler 3465. Yeah, they obviously signed up together. Their numbers.
They obviously signed up together. Yeah,
their numbers are really close together. Yeah, and they're in the waiting room and stuff. It's like, hi.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's I hope you're in a cutie body when we when we go back to the past.
They got lucky.
Yeah, and we see McLaren leave. Cut to the Cape Fear shot of like.
The first
Jeff.
time we find out he's a cop.
Oh shit, he's the popo. Motherfucker's a cop. Yep. And you're like, oh dear. Yep. This cannot end well.
No.
Mm-hmm. Cutting back to Philip, he's getting shit done, man. He's getting organised. Mm-hmm. He's got the envelope with all the winnings from
Pearson.
Stuff.
I wonder how much smack you can buy with 90 grand.
The money's for something else.
Why don't you save me the trouble of following you and just telling me?
I'm financing a secret hideout.
Sorry, kid, you're gonna have to do better than that.
And no one believes him.
No one believes him. I'm funding a secret hideout. I'm Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically Philip is Batman. The next scene, we're back with David and Marcy, and actually, he says that she's Batgirl, doesn't he? He's like, you're Batgirl.
Maybe.
Do you want to play it?
We can play it.
I'll be back just after midnight.
You're Batgirl, aren't you?
There it is.
He does say it.
Bye.
I love it. He's like, "You're Batgirl, aren't you?" And she's like, "I don't get that reference."
Yeah, she
And
has
she's
no
like,
idea.
Okay, bye now.
Yeah.
Get out of my house that
Yeah.
I've just taken over from you.
Is that the first of many kisses where she just kisses him for him to shut up?
Oh yeah, look.
Yeah.
She's basically is like, well, he said, "Oh, she's like a James Bond villain." No, she's actually James Bond at this point. She's just like, "I'm about to leave. I'll be home late." He's like, "Oh, but you gotta tell me information because I'm in the dark here." And she's like, "Come here, baby." And then she gives him a kiss. And then it's like, that's supposed to make it all better, just like James Bond. And I'm going to be home late. I expect dinner in the oven.
The only way to make David more lovable is to give him a bicycle. I'm sorry. That is so cute.
Yeah. Like, I mean, in other contexts, you know, a bicycle, a beard. I'm like,
Yeah.
motherfucker's a hipster. It's more real, you know. He's a social worker. Like, they give him a well-rounded character. It's not this cliche.
He's got his satchel.
He's got his satchel, that's
and
right. Jeez.
a bicycle.
Yeah.
Team David here.
Yeah. He probably has a record player.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Reverend Al Green, perhaps.
Maybe.
Something sexy. Yeah. So the next couple of scenes, they're only small. Either montages or just small interactions with Trevor. He's like baffled by the school bullies. He doesn't understand, like, so he's not really, I think he's starting to realize that the life that he's supposed to take on, like, the guy was a bit of a jerk. Traveler 0115 has done this so many times before. I don't think he's in a massive rush to, like, do everything by the book. You know, I think he realizes what's important when you go back. And so he's discovering, so he's not going to be like, I better go push that boy over. I better go steal that lunch money. You know, like, I better go cheat on my girlfriend or something. He's going to, like, just... I mean, because why not? Like, if someone's had a severe concussion, why not have a change of, you know, outlook on life, if not a complete personality overhaul? Yeah. We have a follow-up also from Marcy where McLaren knocks on the door and he doesn't get to interview David because David's not home, but instead he puts the card under a door. Marcy gets the card, and we see that famous clock that you often see in David's apartment that are made of the cathode ray tubes that are glowing, and it just tells us the time, and they use that later in the episode. Yeah, we'll skip to the next Philip scene, but while we do that, to refresh our memory, Carly's confronted by her ex in between the Philip scenes, but I don't want to break up the Philip ones because they're really good. So Carly's confronted by Jeff, and Jeff's probably thinking she's having an affair or something.
Yeah, he sees a cop go to her house like she's gone and gone.
Yeah, he's made up the story in his head, and that's given him an excuse to be angry and a jerk again.
Yeah.
Jeff.
Jeff is,
Jeff.
JJ.
Jeff McJerk, you know. McJerk face. And she assaults him. She's got, like, no time for it. Again, is she breaking protocol? Mission comes first.
It's a hard one because he's a jerk.
Mission comes first, so she
She can't just be abused every day.
No.
So...
But, I mean, all of a sudden, she just beats up a pretty big dude.
Yeah.
With skills that, like, she would never have had. So, I guess, you know, she probably balances it out. She steals a car.
Yeah, she steals a car, which is a cop car.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
You know, maybe, again, she doesn't know whether she's going to be, like, going past this mission, like, at all. Maybe she won't survive, so she doesn't really care. And it's probably her first mission. I don't know.
I think so. Do they go back? Do we know that they go back once their host's body dies?
No, I think they have to be pulled out. I don't know.
Yeah.
In a later episode, we'll clarify because I was always a little bit confused.
Yeah.
But, like, Trevor, obviously, the existence of Traveler 0115 in Trevor means that he's come back and forward.
I think so.
Yeah, because he's done it before. It's always in the scene get beat up. Oh, it's not a cop car. It's not a cop car.
Oh, no.
Bitch stole my car.
If I had to climb that fence, I was going to have a heart attack. Oh.
You're having one right now.
Oh, shut up. I just need to catch my breath, that's all. Oh. Maybe you're right. My phone, it's in the car. Help me.
I can't, Mr. Gower.
Let's find someone with a phone.
I can't. I'm sorry.
You can. I won't come after you, I promise.
You're supposed to die this afternoon.
No, you don't know.
I knew the moment that I heard your name. I just didn't know that I would be here.
Call 911 and go.
Because we considered you as a host. The heart attack was inevitable within days.
I'm okay. I think I'm okay.
Emotional. We just watched the scene with Philip and Gower, and it's really good. In the first scene though, Ray, the lawyer, pays a kid to distract Gower so that Philip can get away, and then he can, and obviously so Ray can get like an extra bet, you know, like he's already like in
it for himself.
Yeah, he's up to the neck in debt probably with like, you know, a few mobsters and some bookies. They know Gower's going to die. Presumably, they all know that he was going to die because, you know, like Philip says later.
As the host.
Yeah. So, spills the beans. So, this is the time, the whole episode has been a joke, Philip being honest, and it's been funny, and it's like, you know, like he's telling the absolute truth and no one believes him. But right now, at this moment, it's like Gower is dying. He's having a heart attack in the alleyway, and Philip is actually going to, being honest, and he's just spilling the beans. He's, you know, saying, we considered you as a host. You know, he knows Gower's going to die anyway, and maybe he just wants to vent a bit of, he wants to express himself, you know, some of the emotion, like witnessing this guy dying and being, you know, being restricted by Protocol 3. Yeah, don't take a life, don't save a life unless otherwise directed, do not interfere. So he's not supposed to. As much as he wants to save Gower, he likes Gower.
Yeah.
Gower's a good guy. But they, you know, he says it was inevitable. He was going to die of a massive heart attack in the next couple of days.
Is that why they didn't use him as a host? I don't know.
Well, no, because like,
that's what I was thinking.
I don't know why you wouldn't. I mean, they had an FBI agent. Perhaps they didn't need a cop. He wasn't the most fit of guys.
Yeah.
But you know,
he's no Agent McLaren.
Yeah. I guess, you know, I guess he would have died. I guess if his body was too far gone, even if they downloaded a traveler into his brain, he would have died eventually because his heart was so damaged.
Yeah, that's where they fucked up with Philip and Marcy though.
Mainly with Marcy, right? Because her actual...
Well, they didn't realize Philip was a drug addict.
No,
so
no.
They screwed up with that too, and then
that's it. So that puts him on the back foot for sure. And he could possibly die if he sort of continues with it, but it doesn't necessarily mean that he's like in danger as like Gower would be.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess even if, you know, because I was thinking at the start of the scene, oh, you know, Ray's paid this kid to do this thing, and I guess Gower wouldn't have been chasing Philip if you know if Ray hadn't picked up Philip and had that conversation and kicked him out of the car.
But he was going to be following him because he wanted to know where he's going, what he's using the money for.
True, but like if Traveller 3326 wasn't in Philip and Philip had just died, Gower wouldn't have been there.
Yeah.
But then, they've said that it was inevitable, so he would have died somewhere else anyway.
Exactly.
So that's where it was fine. You know, like well, not fine, but that's why they could justify it. Yeah. But that's a really, really good scene. I mean, the Riley's face, like just so earnest and like. You know, while he's confessing all these things to Gower, almost for his own sake.
Yeah.
You know, he's confessing it to a dead man. He's like, you can see the emotion. He becomes overcome at the end, and he's grabbing the lottery ticket, almost like a just to reassure himself that this is for a greater good. It's like,
I think it was the drugs he took out of his pocket.
Oh, was it the drugs?
It was the drugs. It was like, no, I'm going to use these.
Oh,
that's what I thought it was.
No, actually, you're right.
Yeah.
I was making it up.
It sounded good, though.
It did sound good.
Yeah. Anyway.
Overcome with emotion.
Yeah.
He
clings to his lottery ticket.
He clings his ticket. And he says a prayer to the director.
Yeah.
I couldn't save this man's life, but I could save millions more.
Oh, I think it's just to say, like,
no,
okay, this life's way too hard. I'm going to be a drug addict for the rest of the time.
I need a hit. Yeah. The next scene, McLaren and David finally get together, and McLaren's like, there was some suspicious activity from an IP address. And it's obviously been Marcy, the last one of the team to be on the deep web.
Yeah.
And the FBI, as we found before, were watching it all. And David's like, sometimes my neighbors use my Wi-Fi. Is that an offense? And like McLaren's like deadpan. He's like, yes. You know, like, wait, is it? So McLaren is like, he's got this really dry like sense of humor. Like the real Grant before he gets taken over. He's a bit of a strange one, and we don't get too much.
Hard to work out.
He's really hard to work out, but he's just very serious about his job. He likes to shoot the shit, though. He's got a real dry sense of humor. But most of the time, he's got this real deadpan face. Maybe that makes him very suitable to be an FBI agent in this line of work and all that sort of thing. Okay, we'll cut to there's a montage of everyone going to the building.
Yep.
And I just wrote, basically, music is great. So... any montage has to have like great music, and I mean we're getting the band back together, Elwood. Like basically the team. I mean, have they met? The Travelers have met.
They
before?
haven't met yet. This is their first meeting.
No,
They've
but
only
in the future have they met?
No, I think they have to go through.
I mean, obviously McLaren and Carly, they're the Travelers that are going to be in both of them they were together in the future.
No, I think somewhere along the way it's implied that they've like done training together. I think I could be wrong.
Yeah, I don't think Marcy, Trevor, or Philip have met any of the others though. I guess we'll find out. But I feel like there were being a team put together. They've been briefed individually, and then the directors sent them there. But they've probably been compartmentalized.
Maybe
apart from maybe Grant because he's the leader. And just saying, what the hell? Why are you sending the leader last? I was just thinking this the other day.
It is weird, but
it's like everyone just has to do their stuff. No one's being brought together.
Because they obviously die at specific times, and he just happened to die last.
And he was the best candidate.
And he was the best
for
leader.
A leader. Yeah, okay. So up at this point, really, only Philip's doing good work. Everyone else is sort of just hanging out, waiting. Breaking protocol, messing around.
Why not?
All right, so let's go find the montage.
Yeah.
So this is a montage of the whole team going to the 12th floor of this abandoned building. Agent McLaren's figured out, and all these coincidences are starting to stack up. Mm-hmm. So he's like, something's going down, man.
Yeah.
He's at all the whispers on the deep web. We've got this cool music.
This is the cool music.
I like it. I don't know why.
Right.
And then we see Jeffrey. Jeffrey's like, realizes that Carly's not home, and he's like, hang on, where is she? And they're all starting to head towards this building.
The building.
I'm trying to reach Detective Gower. I thought this was his... Jesus, I'm sorry to hear that. No, it's not important. Thank you.
Alarm bells will be ringing for McLaren when he finds out Gower's dead as well.
It seems sus, but...
And then he sees Jeffrey pull up as well in the motorbike. It's really odd, and he's in his uniform, isn't he? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's just really weird.
Carly!
So everyone sort of entered the building silently except for Jeff, who's like, oh, like, Carly, where you are, bitch? Where you? Who dat? And then McLaren comes in, and he's like cool as a cucumber. He hasn't called for backup or shit or anything. No. He's just like, he's pretty awesome. He knows something's going to happen. I wonder where West Hastings Street really is. We should look it up. West Hastings Street in Vancouver, British Columbia in Canada. Everything's culminating here at the end of the episode. David's like trying to figure out what's going on too. He sees that his internet history is being completely wiped, and he's like, who is this chick? All the lights go out. And David's been told like to stay off the street, so he's like, what's going on?
Yeah.
It's like Fight Club shit's happening right now. But my credit history's gone. Finally, I don't have to pay off my bicycle. McLaren gets spooked, I guess.
I think.
Because he has the phone.
Yeah.
And he drops it, and then he's about to fall down the mine shaft, and you're like, oh,
Gotcha.
And Trevor pulls him in.
Yeah.
Like, what's this teenage kid doing with all this, like, his face is all busted up? Then this other chick with her face busted up. This chick that I interviewed this afternoon.
You're actually all here.
Actually, he recognized Trevor too.
Uh-huh. Where's the social worker?
David isn't one of us.
One of us. We're travelers from the future.
One of us. One of us. One of us.
Bring David in.
Really? I can be a traveler too? Oh, boy. Do I get a uniform? No.
No.
Bring your bicycle.
Yeah.
Agent McLaren.
In our time, many years from now, humanity's been all but wiped out.
Finally, exposition. What the hell? It's almost like a normal TV show. Huh. I'm going to go ahead and arrest you all.
Followed a bunch of psychopaths.
Record a time of death. And you're like, who is it?
Yeah.
Is it going to be Jeff?
60 seconds.
Please don't be Jeff.
So what? In the future, we've developed a technology that allows a traveler to project his or her conscious mind into a host body
technology
by knowing the precise time, elevation, latitude, and longitude of their death. Let's begin.
Oh, yeah. Well, I see we've all made it. It's a great scene at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And finally we have some exposition. They've not given us much at all, and it's all just summed it up. And we realize that they're all part of a team, and they've been waiting for their final member, and it's Grant McLaren.
Yeah.
He must have been freaking out. It's like he's just been told all this stuff about the future.
Yeah.
Then the poor prick dies.
Yeah.
But then we get the McLaren that we grow to love from the show, and he takes over as their fearless leader. They've stopped the impending Fight Club bombing or whatever it is, or the shooting that Jonas Walker is about to undertake, and we start the series properly, I guess, isn't it? Well, not properly. So. Now that we've set the scene, they've taken the time to spend an entire episode, not really, it's just giving you dribs and drabs, and then by the end you sort of know where we're at, and you're ready and pumped for the next episode, which is really awesome. They leave on a real high. We still don't know what happens to Jeffrey. He gets locked out, I guess. He can't...
Yeah, I don't think you ever find out.
No, he went onto the roof?
Yeah.
He went onto the roof and then he couldn't get back in.
Yeah.
So
he just stays up there and dies, and no one brings him food.
Guys. So at the end of every episode, we're going to have a MVP award. I've thought of an acronym. It's going to be the Mom Award. Mom said... Chocolate isn't good for dogs, but you can have the rest of my milk. Most on mission. I suppose it could be most off mission.
Oh, yeah.
But we want to be most on mission.
Yeah.
If we want to be the character, the traveler who does the most good. And we might, break our own rules. They do.
Yeah.
Most on mission.
What's your vote for the most on mission character in this episode?
It's really hard because they're all trying to
settle in, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to cast my vote for Philip because in the very little time that he has, especially seeing as he's high and he's trying to deal with all these things.
He's got the hard job to do because he has to make the hideout that he's apparently doing. And
he's making the Batcave, man.
Yeah.
He's making monies. He's making alliances with people there. He's already become friends with a lawyer with a gambling problem who can probably be the guy to set all, do all his bookings and stuff.
He did give away a lot. Maybe Trevor.
Why? Yeah. Why?
He held back. He didn't sleep with that girl.
And that was off mission, I'm afraid.
Yeah,
Trevor.
that was off mission.
And seriously dangerous for the health of his penis also.
Yeah.
His concussed penis. Yeah, Trevor does a good job trying to blend into his life, although he is not really acting as the old Trevor. So he's sort of walking a fine line there, I think. But he's got an excuse. He's been concussed.
Yeah.
And so everyone's sort of thinking that maybe... And he's young, so an experience like that could have made him wake up a bit in his life and all that sort of thing.
Agent McLaren, because he had no chance to screw it up.
McLaren does his job. And but Agent 3468, he's like, oh, well, we're all here. Mm-hmm. Hooray!
Yeah.
I'm the leader.
It's hard to say in the first one because they're all off mission for majority of it.
Yeah, because I'm going to say Philip is the most on mission for me. That's my vote.
All right, I'm still going with Trevor.
Are you still going with Trevor?
I think he's the only one that didn't screw it up too much.
All right.
He had an excuse of concussion as well, so.
All right. Well, we're gonna post up our findings on the website. Comment and tell us what you think. Who is your Mom Award traveler for episode 1? If you have any questions or if you have any other comments, if you want to correct us with our stupid ramblings or add something to the show, that's what this whole thing is about. We want to find other people who are obsessed with Travelers as well. We want you guys to be part of the show. You know, this is a review podcast. We like to relive, we like to review, and we like to re-you. We like to talk about what you guys want to talk about as well. So head on over to the website. We'll have a little ad at the end because we want to just make sure we've got the right details. We'll just post it at the end of the podcast and you guys can send in whatever you want. If you send in nothing, that is fine. Also, we're going to continue doing the same stuff. You know, help us out. Be part of reliving this awesome series before we all head into season 3. And this is going to be really exciting stuff. We'll be tallying up when they break protocol. So we're going to give them a pass for episode 1, I think.
I think so.
But from next episode on, we're going to be making a tally. So if you guys see something that we've missed, let us know as well. And we'll make up a spreadsheet of how many times all of our favorite Travelers and break protocol. And sometimes it's for the better, and we find that out later. All right, so thanks a lot for listening, guys. My name is Dee.
My name is Lee.
See you later.
See ya. Thanks for listening. If you've enjoyed this podcast, please leave an iTunes review and subscribe.
Keep up to date by visiting our website, reeveu.com.au. reeveu.com.au.
Interact with us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram at The 21st Pod. That's at 21STPOD.
Send through your messages, fan theories or topics of discussion and we'll talk about them on the podcast. And remember,
stay on mission.